Okay, playing some Shen in the top lane against Fiora. The runes I take for this game are Grasp, Shield Bash, Revitalize, Second Wind, Sudden Impact, and Ultimate Hunter. The focus for me this game is to try and be as effective in the laning phase as possible, because I've recently unlocked Shen and I'm loving how the champ plays in the mid to late game, but my laning phase has always been a bit weak. So I'm going to try and focus as much as I can in the laning phase and execute trades as well as possible. So a big mistake I was making before was I was using my E to engage in battle with the opponent, but then what I realized was most top lane players have more range with their abilities than I do with Shen. So as I'm trying to disengage from combat, I get a lot of damage taken, and Second Wind and Doran's Shield healing just aren't enough to make up for the damage that I take. But now I've realized that using my E to disengage is just so much more effective than using it to engage, especially in the early game, unless I'm looking to get the takedown. Another couple of huge things that I've learned about trading with Shen is you want to wait until your shield has been used before you use your W to block damage, because if you activate your W while your shield is up, it doesn't make a lot of sense because your shield only lasts for a couple of seconds, as does your W's block. So if you're overlapping both of them, then your shield becomes ineffective and you're blocking less damage than you have the potential to. And even after having said that, I still do use my W while my shield is up instinctively, but I'm trying to get better at that. Okay, that was really close. I could have died there, and I think if I did die, you would have noticed that I used my W while my shield was up. And Fiora hasn't left, which is a big mistake because I can easily kill her. So in moments like that, I'm happy to use my W while my shield is up because I don't want to risk taking too much damage while I'm waiting for my shield to be used. But in most cases, I do want to try and practice my trading and holding off using the W. Another thing I've learned about playing as Shen is it's very easy to just use your Q whenever you want to activate his passive and give yourself a shield and also have empowered attacks, but it makes such a massive difference if you make sure that the sword goes through the enemy, because even if you don't use the slow effect of the Q on the enemy, it also gives you higher attack speed for your empowered Q strikes, which makes such a huge difference because you can get trades off a lot quicker and disengage earlier, which means you don't take as much damage, but you've dealt the same amount of damage you would have anyway, but in a shorter amount of time. Now, I know that that's quite a bit to think about. Well, for me it is anyway. Being able to have good sword placement and activate your Q to make sure it goes through the enemy exactly when you want to engage in a trade. So I am slowly learning that. So at the moment I've bought 2 Kindle Gems because I'd rather go for sustain over damage for now, and I'm looking to build Titanic Hydra first to give myself health, clear waves quite easily, and also have on-hit damage, which is quite useful. And then if I can, I'd probably build Thornmail, just because I'm fighting Fiora and she has quite a bit of healing, so that's probably the best option here. What I have gained from playing as Shen is I'm looking at the map a lot more than I usually did, because before I would check the map from time to time, but now I'm constantly looking at the map, seeing how I can use my ultimate and help my team out, because I used to think about Shen as just a person that fails in the laning phase because he has an ultimate that's global, but it doesn't help him out in his trades. So what's the point of playing him? Now I see how much power his ultimate has and how much influence it has on the team and in the entire game. So his ultimate, it can be used so well and it can be so useful that I really enjoy playing as Shen. And just as I've said that, it looks like Fiora's actually gone bot side, so I'll probably ult down there. Okay, so we got one. But I still think of that as a victory because if I didn't ult, we wouldn't have got any. And Fiora going down there didn't make a difference because we didn't get any deaths because of it. So I would say that that turned out quite well. Also, because I look to move around a lot, I tend to keep teleport as my secondary rune instead of ignite that I've seen quite often, just because I want to be able to have the freedom to use my ultimate and help out whoever I need to, but then not suffer by leaving my lane just in case I'm being pushed under turret or anything like that. So ideally, what I can do is use my ultimate, get into another lane, and then use the teleport to get back to lane if I need to. But if I don't use it for that, and I don't have my ultimate up, but I have teleport up, then I just use teleport to help out my team if I need to. And I've seen myself do that a little bit more recently just because I'm checking the map more, like I said. The difficult thing about fighting Fiora with Shen is that I always have to keep an eye out on my vitals and see which side it's on and position myself accordingly. So I can't always look at the position of my sword and make sure that it goes through Fiora because I'm more focused on my vitals. I'm so glad that I was able to use my E to disengage, and I know for a fact 1 or 2 games ago I would have probably used my E to trade and then have it on cooldown and probably died there or taken a lot of damage. So huge difference just saving your E. That was really nice, really smooth and easy. It's nice to get a gank early on against Fiora just because she's just so powerful late game that you want to suppress her as much as possible in the early stage while you can. So really good roam there by Galio. So while Fiora pushes out the wave, because I have nothing else to do, just checking the map, checking on everyone's health, making sure that if there is an opportunity to get somewhere, or if I feel like somebody might need help, I can respond as quickly as possible. Oh, okay. Well, I was quite hopeless there. I mean, I thought I would have made it. I am proud of myself for saving my E so that I had the chance to disengage, but it obviously wasn't enough. I don't know what I could have done differently, but that was a really well-timed gank. I didn't have my bush warded, and I don't have enough for a pink ward either, so I'm gonna have to just risk it, but I generally try and keep that bush warded at all times. I think I might have to make a play in mid lane. Okay, he released the Herald. I'm probably going to have to go down to mid. So annoyingly, I used my E to get away from Fiora up in top lane before I came, so I didn't have that at my disposal, which could have gotten our team at least one kill. Okay, well, thanks to Fiora, my ultimate wasn't wasted. To be fair, it was quite easy because 3 of us had CC and neither of them did. Okay, so I lost my flash for her ultimate. I'll definitely take that. I don't think I had to flash, but I'd rather have flashed and saved a little bit of health than be on low health and have flash up. That was quite nice and easy. I mean, you can see that I'm being more aggressive now that I have my Titanic Hydra finished, and it makes such a massive difference because of the extra damage that it does. I should get this turret before she's back. That was really, really clean. I mean, I don't even think I lost health from when we started that battle. And that's the big difference that the Hydra makes. And I know that she didn't have a full item built still, which is why she was so easy to kill. I thought they might need me at bot lane, but that was a wasted ult. The reason why I haven't built full meal yet is because Fiora really isn't a threat right now, and I only really needed it for Fiora, so I guess I can hold off on that until I build this item. Well, this kind of thing doesn't happen so often. I mean, I'm used to seeing my assists and my kills as opposite numbers compared to what they are in this game. But even then, you can see the influence that Shen has in a game compared to other top laners. I mean, right now, I have been a part of 11 of the 13 kills for our team, which is huge, and I don't usually see that when I play as other champions in the top lane. Okay, Pyke looks like he's low. I might be able to get him here. I've actually never played a game where I've been this fed as Shen so early on in the game as well. I mean, it usually takes me at least half an hour or more to get 10 kills with Shen. Also, I don't know what the hell that Galio's ultimate was, but I think he's just having fun now. I mean, the gap is just so large between the teams. Okay, that was weird. I thought I would have given Shyvana just enough health to be able to kill Fiora. I didn't realize that it would be me killing Fiora, but I mean, I'll take it. So essentially what I did was give Shyvana just enough of a shield to be able to live for me to be able to teleport to her. Because one of the most annoying things about Shen's ultimate is if the person I'm channeling to dies, then I don't get to teleport to them and I lose my ultimate. So was just good enough there. So I didn't have my ultimate there, but I had my teleport, so good enough. And that's why I keep it. Oh damn, okay, well, I guess that's the game.